So for this next application, we're going to do thermal encapsulation. So the first thing I want to do is get the machine started heating. So I'll turn the top dial up. You'll notice when I do, it went from green to flashing red. Same thing with the bottom. We'll get that started. When my heat comes up, usually within about 5 degrees of your set temperature, these will start to turn a little bit of green and still flash, but once they get you to the operating temperature, they're going to go solid green. So while that's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and start loading some film on the machine. Okay, so while the machine is heating up, and before we load any film, I'm going to lift this so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to lower the top roller till it just barely touches that bottom roller, and then I'm going to hit run. So you can see that both the top and the bottom roller are turning. And what this will do is this will give us a nice even heat all the way around so you won't get any hot spots on the rollers. Okay, the machine is up to heat now, so I'll go ahead and start loading the film. Start with the bottom, swing the shaft out. We're using a poly-in film, which means the adhesive is on the inside. So I'm going to load that so it unrolls from the bottom. I'll slide that on. I'll get it centered as much as possible. And then put that back on. Come over, load the top. Now to make sure, I'm going to bring that top roll of film down. I'm going to line it up to the bottom just to make sure that we are lined up straight and perfect. So I'll look at the edges. Okay, that's pretty close. I'll go ahead and rewind the top. Let that rest. Bring my tray up. Then I'm going to take my threading card. I'm going to push this in between the rollers. I have to open my rollers. And I want to make sure that this goes all the way through so it's clearing the pull rollers as well. I'll bring the top up like this, and I just want to attach this threading card to it. And I'll take my bottom roll of film. I'll bring this up and I'll tack it right to the top. Now that I have the two pieces of film attached together, my threading card is through the rollers, sticking out past the pull rollers. I'm going to go ahead and lower that pull roller. When I feel it touch, I just go a little beyond. Then I will go ahead and start it with my foot pedal. And as I see it going through, Now I'm going to bring my top rollers down. It's running. Going to press run, release the foot pedal. Step around to the back. Make sure it's coming through correctly, not wrapping up or anything like that. So now I'll go ahead and look for the rivers and wrinkles. And I can see. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of brake until those clear out. Once I see those clear out, I may have to burp it. So what I'll do is I'll open up the pull rollers just a little bit, pull on that web, and then retighten it. And you can see now it's nice and flat, no rivers, no wrinkles or anything like that. I'll go ahead and stop the machine and get my prints ready. It's all cleared out. I'll go ahead and press run, and I'll start my prints in. Leave a little bit of gap in between them and start my next set in. I will visually follow the prints through the machine. Once they clear my pull rollers in the back, I'll go ahead and stop and cut those out. Now, one thing to note, with thermofilms, you cannot rewind them like you do with PSA films. The reason for that is thermofilm will take a set, which means if you rewind it, it's going to stay curled no matter what you do to it. You'll never get that curl out of it. So don't ever try to rewind thermofilm.